Hey everyone, this is Ricardo Billings with LCD Bookings right from my home, and just wanted to have a quick video to walk you through how do you go about starting your own body removal service, also known as a mortuary transportation service. So before we go any further, I want to go and bring up my screen and we'll go from there. All right, so what you all see here on the screen is our website, LCD Bookings, which is the first of its kind, a center place for those in the mortuary services to connect, where we do focus on transporters or body removal services. But more than that, more of that to come later. Let's jump into what you need to know about starting your own business. Now, first thing, like any other business, you want to come up with a unique business name. And this name is very important. It has to be unique because you will be filing for your EIN number, employer identification number with the IRS. Then you'll also have to reserve a domain name, and the domain name is your website name, such as ours is LCD Bookings. This is our registered name, and this is the domain that we're using. Now, to start off, once you select your name, I think the first step would be the EIN numbers we're going to walk you through. So, I don't want to talk about too much. I just want to jump right into it. First place you go is the irs.gov website. Now you'll arrive at this web page. It may look slightly different depending on when you're going and visiting the page. The main part is how do you do the EIN application? Well, I always start with searching EIN in the search bar over here. Look for the results, and here you'll see a very obvious link. Say apply for employer identification number. You're just going to select that. You'll follow the steps here given to you, and please pay attention to hours operation. I know a lot of you all are busy. You might try to do it on the weekends, but you cannot submit for a new EIN number unless it is Monday through Friday, and these times are presented here. But it's pretty simple, really fast. It even tells you in the application if it's more than 15 minutes of inactivity, which honestly, I've never taken more than 30 minutes. That's including coming up with information on the spot to finish the application. It's a very quick process. All right, so you get your EIN number. What's next? Well, for me, what I like to jump into and get right out of the way is I know as a business, I'll be generating income. I need to have a bank account. Now, you don't have to go with the option I'm speaking about today, but I have found it easiest to go to Brex.com. This is one of the few business bank accounts online that I know of that do not require you to have a LLC filed with your state Secretary of State. And it's just to save a couple dollars up front. Eventually, you do want to file with the Secretary of your state, and that's just what most people call as getting your business registered. So the EIN is just creating an identifier with the IRS government, but registering your business is actually with your Secretary of State. All right, so once you've gotten your name, you've gotten your EIN number, you've gotten your bank account, no one's going to take you serious without a website. Now, you don't have to use, once again, the options I'm going over today, but they're pretty quick and easy to get started. So, as I stated before, you're going to get your domain. Let's say you have example.com is your domain you selected. Of course, no one should ever do that. Pretty sure it's taken. Search your domain, and from here, you'll be able to select your package for reserving your domain, and they'll give you options if it's not available. It'll say it's taken, but if it is available or they have alternatives, you can add to your cart over here and you're good to go. Now, most of these services like GoDaddy.com will allow you to build your website, and it's very easy. You just drag and drop a lot of stuff over. But if you don't feel comfortable, you can pay someone for that service. I personally use a website like Fiverr.com to pay for services like that. Whatever comes, whatever makes sense to you, you can do it, or ask a family or member or a friend to do it, build your website for you. But yeah, I think those are the first three steps. And now on to the most important step is obviously getting your vehicle. Now, that's something I'm not going to walk you through in the video, something that I think you should do a little research on. But what are you looking for in a vehicle? Well, honestly, you're just looking for an extended vehicle. It could be a station wagon car, it could be a minivan, it could be an SUV, anything with an extended back row, extended trunk, as some people will call it. And that's what you're looking for. It doesn't have to be brand new. Understand that you're in this for business, right? You're trying to save money to start. And then as you grow your business, you can invest in more assets and more vehicles that are a little more luxurious. It's up to you, right? Now, you do want to have a comfortable vehicle because you or whoever you have driving the vehicle will be in the vehicle at odd times of the day. You never know when a body will need to be removed. And also, you just want to make it comfortable because you don't know how long you may be in the vehicle. Now, once you get your vehicle, you do want to outfit the vehicle with a few things. You don't have to do everything, but it's just really for safety reasons. That with this vehicle, you want to add on potentially ramps and or tracks to hold everything in place. And what I'm going to do is pull up, I believe, Mortuary Mall, if I spell it correctly. Now, I bring this up because this is the perfect place to start looking for the materials you may want to use with your vehicle itself, in addition to getting your cot. So, as I stated, you have some vehicle attachments in here as well. I believe they're called ramps. Um, let's see if I can find search. So this is what I was speaking about. These are ramps that go, this has a track deck built into it, but this goes like in the bottom, in the back of your vehicle. You throw it in there and you can extend it once you open your vehicle up, and I believe it gives you an image right here. So this is kind of what it looks like when it's installed. So this is one outfit you definitely want to consider for your vehicle. It's not required, but it does help with reducing the damage to the bumper of your vehicle at the same time giving you a flat surface to roll your cot onto. This is probably one of the major changes, upgrades, outfits I would put to the vehicle. Other than that, totally up to you. I've seen people in the industry honestly just use really heavy carpets to protect the bumper and then slide the cot in there. Now, I mentioned the cot a lot. Now, besides getting the vehicle, besides outfitting the vehicle with very few attachments, the next thing you want to do is obviously get a mortuary cot. Now, the mortuary cot is what you will be putting the body onto once you've gotten it to the entryway of the place you're removing it from. So, this cot, whichever one you select, they have many different options. The whole idea is it makes it easier to load into your vehicle. It's a standard height that will fit most vehicles, and you just roll it right into the back on top of the ramp, as we showed in the last clip, in this last page. So that's pretty much it, you all, when it comes to what you need to start your business and what equipment you may want to look into doing. I will leave it here at the cot itself. Well, actually, there's one other thing. As a professional service, you definitely do want to you want to be look as professional as possible, and also keep in mind the families and the situation you'll be involved in. And these covers come in handy. You know, you don't want to expose them to their loved ones for longer than you need to. It is a sensitive time in their life, so these COTS covers do come in handy as well. So something to keep in mind. Uh, One note to put in there: once you put the cot into your vehicle, you want to secure the cot, and that's where some of them come with tracks. Some of the ramps come with tracks for that. But either way, however you can secure the body, please ensure you're securing your body so the cot and the body is not rolling around in the back of your vehicle. Now, the last thing I would mention to start a successful transportation business, honestly, is networking and the tools you have available for advertising. Now, networking just entails going out to to the funeral homes, the medical examiner offices, and getting your name out there. Simple business card will do just fine. Um, but keeping your name floating around in someone's head, making pins with your business name on it, anything that will trigger them to think of your business in that situation is what you want to look at for marketing, building that relationship and networking your business. There are also conferences that people in the mortuary service attend. Get to those. Other than that, the last thing I would mention, and probably the easiest part for most people, is actually the service LCD bookings. And what we do here is, as stated before, we connect individuals across the mortuary services where you can find a professional in any of the areas listed, whether it be transporter, whether it be embalmer or a funeral director. We have a directory for that, and as a registered paid subscription, you get access to all the most relevant information that we provide. Also, you get direct access to the professionals. In fact, there are tutorials that are available to walk you through how to do your profile so you're getting the most out of marketing your business on LCD bookings. So there you have it. Let me flip back over. All right, so thank you all for joining us. That's pretty much it. It wraps up what we were discussing about how to start your mortuary transportation service business, or otherwise known as body removal business. So if you have any comments, please leave them below and we'll get to those as soon as we can. And also like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we look forward to giving you more valuable content in the future. Besides that, enjoy your day and best of luck to you.